covering the mystery of the haunted bookstore, which is not haunted, but however your holiday's been overall, Crow. I feel like it's been a couple days. Any good movies? What did I watch? I watched Late Night, and The Death of Stalin. I'd probably prefer The Death of Stalin over the two. Late Night was okay. It was just like a little bit, I don't know. It's always weird when comedians make movies about being comedians, because like often a lot of the jokes and stuff in it aren't funny, and it kind of just takes a long time to get through. But it was fine. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Death of Stalin was pretty good though. I wonder. I don't know what I should actually be leveling up right now. Pick up dice from Dice Maker. Offer figurines, help ravers start a solve the egghead puzzle. Yeah, no problem. It's got a pretty stellar cast. Okay, so what time is it? It's near 21 o'clock. Okay, then we can go visit the smoker in his house. Don't know that there's a ton more to do in here at the moment.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Going with the flow of the river of life or something like that, I don't know. Oh, it's mildly transparent. We like that good ghost energy, don't we? Okay. Excuse my hall of mirrors, I'll just go into this for a second. Oh, I see what's happened here. Which is this? Love this. So, there we go. Less a ghost. What about mine? Mine was very good, very relaxed. I didn't do very much. I didn't have to go home and visit family. Not have to go home and visit family, but I didn't have to travel, which was kind of nice. I usually go back home for Christmas. It's like unique and stuff. Do you have any goals you've set for yourself for this year, Crow? Christoph! Hello! Happy New Year, my friend. Long time no see. Pick up the radio. Did you find out more about the owner of the armored boots? Still no word. Damn it. Fine. Well, good. So glad.
It's you again. What is it?
What about the tape? I'll go listen to the tape. Okay, so I'm sorry, it's just taking me a minute to get my legs back. And fox tie, I guess. Thank you, Christoph. I'm doing well. I haven't achieved anything today. I literally got out of bed to do this stream. It's not healthy for me to be off work for certain periods of time, because I just get I invest in sloth very heavily. How about you? What have you been up to today? Have you had your meal? Okay, try and get some kind of... buy that boombox. $12. I guess I can afford $12.
This match will get red hot.
Wands, thank you so much for the sub. Enjoy my new emote that I brought out today. It's a fox die auntie. That's true. Just start it with like a nice, easy, you know, nice, easy slip into the new decade. We don't need to be setting any high bars for ourselves. Trying to show off to no one, you know. Okay, equip this to play tapes. Oh wow, I actually have to hold it like that. Oh, this is great. Oh. He's just trying them out. Know what's up. Absolutely, Crow. I don't really know what I'm doing with this. Okay. Play the tape. Boy, I really hate this. Okay. More static. When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. What the fuck? Go with the flow of life or whatever. Yeah, I don't know who did that. It wasn't me. Can't believe I spent 12 real on this dumb boombox. Gonna rent a room, Cordy, a real nice one. This part is unintelligible. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Oh, boy. I'm not gonna read that. That doesn't sound nice to say. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay, what do you think, Kim? Language. Do I have to ban Crow? I mean, if anyone's gonna, it's gotta be you, Kristoff. It seemed authentic enough, probably recorded off their shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Not very cash money of you. I agree. He also sounded inebriated. Indeed, but the lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion. What was that at the very end? Silence? End of recording. Sir Key, how are you? Happy New Year, my friend. Hello, hello. All the best. Hope your year's off to a good start. Chris is still bitter. Why bitter? What have I missed? Who's this Cordy? One of the other mercenaries, I think? The one he was talking to. A friend of his? What's Leishman? A village on the Samaran Isola in TNN. Grod committed war crimes there. The kind of thing he talks about. Totally Crow. It's totally Kristoff's vibe. Happy New Year to you, Sir Key. Okay. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service. Cook some tofu. Yum. Okay, what now? I think we've got a few more questions for Clausier, don't you? He looks around. This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree. So you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back into the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night. I can play this one now, too. press play. Sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune, echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in. It's mega sad. Damn, that sucks. Oh, I'm gonna go perform this. Could I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Totally, Crow. Squad by choice, absolutely. Absolutely. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands in your way. Nothing can stop me now. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant looks at you as you remove the tape from the boombox. He doesn't say anything. Oh, God. Ooh. That would be wrong, because we're step-related, you know. No, Quack would be glad to be rid of me. I'm certain of it. I feel like I've missed so many of your streams, Christoph. What are you playing currently? I've been a bad bot, and I apologize. Oh, Dishonored? Nice. How are you enjoying it? I mean, I know I'm asking the great Christoph this silly question. The answer's probably going to be, I'm not. He doesn't stream. Fair. Yeah, I was busy. Kind of just out of town and stuff a little bit. I went to a cottage for a couple days. That kind of thing. Nothing too important. Please let me sing.
Is there something you needed?
Well, bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude. Nice. Gart, I need to sing karaoke now. No, you don't. It's not happening. He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man. It's good. Not really much else to say. Saving my final thoughts on it. But yeah, still so far it's just good. Even if chat keeps making me die, of course. Damn chat. What a blight on our otherwise seamless stream experience. You need to approach this situation logically. Ask him why he has the PA system installed if you can't use it. Why do you even have the PA system if no one's going to use it? It's for the... He begins confidently, but then stumbles on his own words. It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44. What happened in 44? A lot of people got killed because some asshole wanted to sing karaoke. Oh boy. Hey, distraction! Exactly. It's not a prop. It's for your clients. I know it's used. Okay, yes, it's for some clients, he admits reluctantly. Okay, fuck me then. Wow, distraction. That's my favorite. I'm a real client. I've paid my bills and I have the right to use the karaoke machine. Ha! Well, he comes up with a counter-argument. We don't have any tapes. They all got stolen. He's lying, but whatever. You don't really need his lame tracks. It's alright. I have my own song with me. The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard. People died for karaoke. What is this game? It's real life, Sirki. Yeah, Christoph, it's just like a narrative point and click kind of murder mystery, but it's very tongue-in-cheek about a lot of stuff. It's made like a lot of people's top 3 games of the year kind of list. And yeah, it's you're a cop who has retrograde amnesia because you went out and partied a little too hard, so you don't like remember anything about you or your life. And you have to like solve this murder, and I'm just like a complete screw up. So it's a very funny game. Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. He shakes the tape at you. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine. I can only imagine this is about to become the most embarrassing moment. I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. That's probably wise. I mean, I would have that uninstalled as well. Okay, so I'm gonna sing karaoke right now, guys. Oh god. The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. Feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly. Okay, that's good. So are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel. Oh god, okay. I'm gonna use my drama. Superstar cop. Okay. Fox Die sing Strim. Hell yeah. That, on my very last day of streaming, I will sing for 5 hours to ensure that everyone unfollows and unsubs. And then I will shut down my channel forever. That'd be blazing hot. Crow, get out of here. The air is thick with anticipation. Okay. The tape clicks into the carousel, and then the music starts. Oh boy. Am I still holding my notebook? Oh god. You guys. I'm scared.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there.
Is this what my voice sounds like?
The
It's pretty
smallest
cool.
church in San.
Get
Though
off
it
the
once
stage.
was larger.
Fair.
How the real may rest there.
Don't serenade you.
Down through
Well, with my
the
singing
mist
voice,
there.
it's all up in the air what you'd actually do, Quack.
Toward the seven sisters.
I have too much respect for y'all's ears to do that.
Toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there. In that tiny yard there.
I actually don't
I
know
have
many
been so glad here.
country songs. I know like a handful.
Looking forward to
I
the
do it.
past here.
Morgan Freeman sounds amazing. Does he?
But now
He sounds a little Australian.
you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
Did wonders for his voice acting career. Wow, okay. Okay. Well, that was... A rather lonely applause echoes through the mostly empty cafeteria. It's Gart. Not bad, he tells you with an approving nod. Yes, not bad at all, the lieutenant joins in. You feel your hands shake as your awareness of your body returns to you. Thank you, ancient reptilian brain. No reply. There is silence now in the deep where the voice came from. It has receded into you, to return only in dreams and nightmares. That was beautiful, man. Can you play that again? I'm afraid I can't. Thank you. I don't need big crowds. I just need my friends. 'Cause I'm alone. Okay, yes. I'm going to unplug the microphone so you can get off the stage now. Well, that's a real big pick-me-up for my pride. I did great things just now. It's like a 4 out of 10. Honestly, best I've ever done. It's like shooting for the stars in my case. Like Elton John, basically. He's the best singer that ever was, right? Watch your microaggressions. Oh my god, Crow. Ah. Okay, let's have a little chat with this lady.
Officer, what brings you up here in the ring?
I do not have very much volition. Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape. She puts her coffee cup down, with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. Okay. Did he? A smile flits across her face. I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions, only that he was never bad to me. Okay. She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused. On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target. Where did they get this recording exactly? It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough. Ah, good night, Sir Key. Thanks for stopping in to say hi. Happy New Year's, my friend. All the best until I see you again. She arches her brow. Does he say he's going to do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Those are the exact words he used. Yeah, that was practically his pickup line. She picks the cup back up. A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant. What the hell, Crow? Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Lee Schmin style? Lee Schmin was mentioned. He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least he didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived in his own little Lee Schmin. It was in his everything. Do you think he was trying to scare people? No, I'm pretty sure he did all of those things and then just had to internalize them to keep on living until they just sort of turned it into his, she thinks, what's the word I'm looking for? She's quite observant about the human character, trained to observe, even like persona? Running joke. I was gonna say running joke, and it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. Yeah, what's up, Crow? He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Leishman massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezid all rolled into one person, then cast in Oranye's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. Oh, that's... And you spent time with this person, romantically. Well, maybe I'll just say, weren't you afraid? Yeah, absolutely. That's just a tall lasagna. Okay, well, is it... Are they still in the dishes? Because if they're not in the dishes, then I would say, yeah, that's just one lasagna. But if they're all loose leaf, or if they are in the dishes, then it's 2 lasagnas. It's science. It's physics. Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Leishman. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? Here in Martinet, I mean? No, we were too busy laying waste our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. She seemed happy, I guess, at ease, as much as a man like him could be. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it. Nice. Thank you for clearing that up, miss. He turns to you. Whenever you're ready, I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now. Cool. Like, for example, his name? Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely. A nickname? I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that, and it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use. Lelystad. That's a good start. The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook, then tears out a page and hands it to you. We have a few questions you can help us with, a few things a field autopsy alone can't answer. The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left. Where is Lelystad? It's in Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term, and nowhere town there. Got your note-taking devices, Christoph? The Lelystad municipality has a few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat. Okay. It comes from nowhere. You were almost right, officer. The lieutenant shakes his head, like you just missed a shot in darts. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form. You were both from Oranje. Yes, we were compatriots. Did that bring you together? No, he was too old for that, and from another part of Oranje. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits. Hey, that's fun. Sex and alcohol. Hell yeah. No love for Mother Oranje, but wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing. A military man, but not a patriot. No, he left the national service after they taught him to do what he did on Semenine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. There you go. So not south for migration and such. He was by no means a stupid man. She takes a long drag of her cigarette, then washes it down with coffee. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot. She hums. There's nothing on Monday. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Oranje did bring us together. In loathing. 'Tis a secret for now, but I appreciate the interest. Christoph. Are you coming to Canada? I love Revachol, though. She looks around, the wind in her hair. I hope she loves me, too. How old was he? He was 42. I was right. I did not know this was a competition, Kim. Basically. If you come, I'm going. This is clearly sports for him, something like archery or darts. I'm gonna let it be. The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you. She's enjoying this. So not the Arctic. Well, who would move to the Arctic? His eye color? Blue, light blue. They were like, she stops, her eyes half closed, then continues. Like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Oh, damn. Pardon the swearing, she takes a drag. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly, and he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak. He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth? Yes, severe. She seems to enjoy the word. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes. Oh yes, the lieutenant suddenly remembers. His hair, if you can remember. Club some rare bird or something. That's the dream. It's the dream, certainly. Penguins are so cute. They're adorable. It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily, not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. He had a tattoo. What did it mean? Oh, she smiles. That? It was an Orangese map of the waterways? Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. For showing off to chicks. How so? How? She leans back. Imagine him lying in bed, freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course, tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. Ew, this is a gross... Is this Orangese lit? Yes, this is the very essence of Orangese lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as is the struggle itself. She leans even further back to demonstrate. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, she points out at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo scar. What was this, baby? Ooh. And he says, she lowers her voice comically, that was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that. So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, saw some bad shit there. Killed some loincloths. Oh no. And so it goes, star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. I am reading a Dr. Seuss book. Oh shit, did I do something stupid? Oh, I did. It's fine. It's totally fine. Go on. He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer for money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands, and on other islands too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Not a very fun story. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have to have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. She smiles faintly. A change of topic? Very well could be, yes. Zeus is bae, then. He certainly did. And especially in, like, horse form. Or shower form. I think there's one where he's also a bull or something. Interesting fellow, that one. But of course, Kristoff. What do I mean? She raises an eyebrow. I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean? Okay then, another question. I think we're finished with this line of questioning. Alright, the lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment. Okay. Wait, stop that. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? It's what she said, yes. Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality, he was 42 years old. Where is this going? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them. Oh, boy. Miss, how old do you think I am? Huh? She leans in closer. How old do I think you are? Furry die. That's because I went to some edumacation. Smile. I can tell you have the vibe, bro. She's buying time to formulate the best answer. I don't know, 40? I was like 9 when OO peaked. That was, what, 19 years ago? I liked them when I was 9. You couldn't have liked it when you were 40. Let's say you were 20-something? 25, a good disco age. 25 plus 19 is 44? I'm gonna say you're 44. Wow. 44? You think so? Look, at the end of the day, age is just a number, you know. Yes, miss, but the lieutenant disagrees. For him, that number is 56. Wait, this requires scientific measurements. Boomer spotted. Bring it on, I am not afraid of the truth. Date of birth generator. To the laboratorium. What? Going to the laboratorium? For why? I want to internalize my birth time. It's true. I am a boomer. I'm sorry, my friends. Been hiding in sheep's clothing as a wolf. Unlock, yes. Internalize. Thank you. Wait, why is that attached to my hobo cop skill? Well, you know what? That's nothing to do with me. I like the visual calculus. It's good. Yeah, that's nice. There is combat at certain points, although it isn't very adrenaline pinching. Nah, fam, you might be a kaboomer, but you have the big mood, and that slaps more than anything else. Oh my god. If I've ever read anything that makes me kind of want to kill myself, I think maybe it was that. Not sure. Yeah, I think I've lived enough time on this earth now. Damn it, I still have so much time. Oh, indeed. Hello, Street. How are you? Happy New Year. It's Crow this time. It's all Crow's fault.
It's you again. What is it?
So I talked to Clausier about the tape. And nothing. She stands by what she said. Oh. Uh-oh. Did I just get her in trouble? You caught him off balance. Push and he will give away. pretty much laughed it off, Titus. Yeah, did you have a lovely New Year? I hope your new decade is off to a good start. Crow, what the... You keep looking yeet for the both of us. Kristoff. I don't know. Ben Crow. Oh, he shakes his head in disbelief. And what did she say then? That it's fine? People are supposed to be like that? Actually, I think it made her a little nostalgic. Yes, in fact, the lieutenant looks at you, then him. I think she thought it was a little funny. Mission accomplished. And of course, savoir-faire is everywhere, is cool as well. Absolutely. Funny? Titus mumbles, his lips barely moving. No good goddamn psycho whore. Oh boy. Seems like they wanted to give Clausier a second chance to play along. She still didn't. Alright, he slams his giant fist on the doorframe. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then, that fucking... Oh. Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus. Her voice is a bit softer than earlier. Titus rubs his chin with his palm, as if trying to grind it smooth. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman? You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match. The betrayal. I'm sorry, Crow. Will you ever forgive me? Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? I already told you. He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. We fucking hanged him. There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent. They're confused. This is growing over their heads. Come on, Titus. The stakes are too high here. There will be blood on the streets. The tribunal, you remember? He closes his notebook. I know you're tired. Why don't you just... You know what? He gets closer. I am tired. I'm tired of you, them, and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said fuck off. Throws his beer can down. I mean, why would I tell her that? She really isn't sorry. No, I'm totally sorry. A cup is still broken after you put all the pieces together. That's deep. It's very deep. Happy New Year. That lying, scamming, we're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah. There's a silence in the room. Elaine starts to say something, then thinks best not to. On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it. What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. He looks around. Bartender, 20 beers for the dock workers union. Damn, I like this guy. Why don't we make it 40, huh? The man shouts from behind the counter. Why don't we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough. 100 beers? Now we're talking. Glenn livens up. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager. The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be. That's a pretty good chance. 83. Let's apply that rhetoric. Convince Titus he's being manipulated? You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. One of his boys will. Just remember, it's about more than Clausier. It's about these men in Martinet, their district, their responsibility. That's it then. Case closed. Look around. We're going home, Kim. Huh? The lieutenant raises his brow. You'll get it. Go on. Write it down, Kim. In Martinet, they just kill you because they don't like you. Got it. He takes out his notebook. Kill you because they don't like you. All because... What is the answer going to be here? He is a foreigner. He did work for the wrong people. I don't think I like the killing angle. Let's do the because you work for the wrong people. Goddamn right, this is Union Town. You work for the company, we will kill you. Oh, that's good. Fuck Dennis, we don't kill you if you work for the company. Half the harbor works for the company. Work for the wrong company, he jots down, and they execute you. They just hang you, like in the Dark Ages, make a display of your corpse. They're being very mean to this person. That's like so unfair. Totally Crow. They just hang you like in the Dark Ages, make a display for your corpse, string you up. They club you from behind, string you up, and go back to drinking. Wasn't that, it wasn't, the fat man says with a wheeze. We didn't hit him, okay? That's it, that's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the kill. Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up. The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. Oh, Theo's gonna mess me up. Firearm, a Glace 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's on to you. He knows what you're trying to do. Who is Theo? Angus is who I should be talking to. Or what, you're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason? We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when he takes a breath, wheezing. Uh-oh. Shut up, Angus. He was dead before you hanged him? Fatty, the little guy hits Angus on the back of the head. A loud slap. Say one more thing to the cops and I'll... Nice, Crow. Gonna get a snack? Dennis, Titus roars. Stand down or I'll beat your head in. Theo, he points to the old man. Take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control. The room falls quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying. I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. He grabs his chest. I'm sorry. Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Lizzie snaps at him. Now it's all pointless because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. He turns to him. I told you, just give her up. Lizzie, he turns to the fixer. Your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard. Fine, I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast, she walks off without looking back. Well, damn. Crows can't eat cake. The snackest of snacks. Word. What is your snack, Crow? Did you bring enough to share with the class? You're in. He's all yours. Questions. Kim, we did it. If Clausier didn't kill him, why the cover-up? So you didn't kill him. He was already dead. He nods. You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death? What was it? We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see. The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue, hands covered in blue gloves, mouths covered by blue masks, bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow, scalpel still in his hand. Get the light. Shine it in his mouth, he tells the assistant. The coroner squats to better see as the light illuminates the darkness inside. Well, shit. Can't blame them for missing that. Get the saw, Alan. This just got fun. Why? Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit. What is happening? This is a hard game to stream if you like your voice. I can only do it for a couple hours before my voice just starts to leave on me. Girls, plural? There's another girl. 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later. Did she kill him? Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. What happened Sunday night? Clausia came down. He points to the stairs. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up. Even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? And not in a fun way. Looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. How did you know? I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario, only in reverse. Ah, you hate to see it, you know. Good analogy, boss. The rat-faced man snickers. You don't get to talk yet, Shanky, he points at him. You're still on the bench, and you keep taking it easy too, Angus. He turns back to you. What happened then? We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead, and there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking... He scratches his chin. Dirty sheets and bottles everywhere. Tibbs patched the window, and the corpse we hanged. I'm sorry I made you guys fight. Me too. I'm gonna whisper we did it to Kim. Who's Tibbs, the 8th Hardy? Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. Okay. If Clausier didn't kill him, why the cover-up? You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. I didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about? The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her, from the old world, where she came from. These people, who are they? They're powerful. He looks out the window. Connected to the moral lantern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your system, she'd be ghosted away. That's all he knows. That's all she's told him. Okay. And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder? Why would I? He shrugs. I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinet thing. So who killed the merc then? Any leads? Not yet, just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue. What are you thinking? I'm thinking someone's past caught up with him. Either hers or his. Ah, yeah. We're learning so much information. Yay. Hers, you mean? I mean, the people after Clausier. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her. I like that, the young guy nods. Been thinking the same thing myself. And you had ideas about his past, too? I do. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from the Krenel. He pauses to think. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine? That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you. Oh, damn. That's rude. These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still. This guy's not as dumb as he looks. Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers? In a manner of speaking. Remember the 2 girls? He may be talking about the other one. Earlier you said the girls asked for your help. Was this the other girl? That's right, he blinks. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it, for political reasons. It sent a good message. It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker. The missing 8th Hardy. The big guy steps toward you. Fella, you think too much. Ease off, all right? You're gonna hurt your head. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy boys. You don't know her anyway. You know, it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus. His face sets like concrete. He shakes his head solemnly. We're Hardy boys, and that's it. You're gonna stonewall me if I ask any more about her, aren't you? Okay, cool. Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time. You do that. He grabs his beer and swirls it in his hand, then thinks of something. Hey, cop, before you go. He looks up. Clausier came to Martinet to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now she refused that protection, but you would still prefer if we didn't take her away. That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers. Well, that's awful nice of him. Okay, what's the consultation, Crow? We'll take that into account. The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Well, well. We've made some Some real progress here. Say hi to your mama for me. What does he know about my mama? Sounds like I need to get another band ready. I mean, have your trigger finger ready, I'd say. So you like cake, right? They're lit as fuck. So you for cake, and there's none left. But the plate is still there, and there's pieces in hardened acid. Lemony lemon frosting on it. What? Is it gross to scrape it for the taste? I mean, I suppose it depends how desperate you are for a cake snack. But I wouldn't say it's gross. I'd say I probably would usually not do it. First of all, I don't like cake, so no.
It's always good to see you.
The Hardy Boys told us what really happened. I understand. She puts her coffee mug on the table. Just like that, no resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight. You don't look surprised. You were expecting this. I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. She winces. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time. This is good. Clear the air first, between you two, then move on to questions. Shush, I can't hear what she's saying. If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time? Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. She looks at her feet. Out of the shit I'd gotten into. Cool. I'm satisfied with this explanation. I am not. There is more here, miss. You're right. There's more. What is it? You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern. She reaches for a new cigarette. Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay into the horizon, wine dark in the evening light. What lies beyond it? The Pale, the Mundi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old, old world. You're afraid of the moral intern. She nods. You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. She lights the cigarette. What's going on? What did you do? Just business, but bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will. What happens if they do? They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill. There's a wince and a pained little smile. Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her. What did you do to have these people after you? Eating cake is woke. Crow, for God's sakes. It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje. What exactly did you do then? Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting. He taps on his notebook. I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you. The job was Loosdwin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Loosgap conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. Arrest her. She's the culprit. Well, I mean, in a way, she is. I think I'll be a cool cop. You just let it slide. Unless Kim rats on her. He might. It's hard to say. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Loosgap and their friends in the MI. She breathes out heavily. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. Bake her away, toys. Loose-Scap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Earberg, and the popular Papa Lolo line of dairy products. What the hell? Papa Lolo! Yeah, Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me, she smiles. It's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into. It is. Many people lost their jobs, not just C-suite, ordinary people. What I did to get accounting. She shakes her head at the thought. A lot of people got hurt, she concludes, but that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. So what happened here the night that he died? We were there, she points to the window. The silhouette of the bed is visible. Together. In bed, I mean. Tell me exactly what happened. No, she's nice. I'm gonna be cool about it. I hope that I don't have to take her to prison. If it gives me the option not to, I'm gonna choose that for sure. Okay, she takes a deep breath. He was in a kneeling position. He had just... Oh, boy. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. She breathes out. A moment's silence. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open, dumb. I could see... A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it. I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. Okay, you don't have to continue if you don't want to. No, I want to. Let's get this done. Well, there you go. Crow, for God's sakes. It's okay. Tell us as much as you're comfortable with. He waits for her to continue. He was heavy. I pushed him off, and he fell to the floor. There. She points through the window. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow not to scream, then ran downstairs. There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides. Then she continues. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came. She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails. Your cigarette, miss. Oh, she looks at it and quickly tosses the butt aside. That's a motherfucker. Yeah, it was a real motherfucker. She immediately lights another one. A beacon. Yes, that was what I was going to say, Crow. What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible. 11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight. That's okay, he makes a note. Were you inebriated? Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus the other things. I was drinking. Wait, Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual. What the hell does gurning her jaw off mean? Titus said you looked pretty high. Oh, yeah, she tilts her head. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head. Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset. Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this? No. What did you do then? Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room, downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room. Into the hallway. Down the stairs. I knew there would be people there. What happened after you ran down the stairs? Sylvie was tending the bar. She looked down. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the union box was full. Oh no, what did he say? Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time, she pauses. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong. Ruby? Before we continue, who is Ruby? Ruby, you know, the leader. We got a name. We got a name for the drug runner. The leader of what? The Hardy Boys, she says as if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need to get taken care of. She's the organizer. Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy? Why not? This lady really doesn't care about anything I say. She thinks I'm really awesome at my job. Okay, let's go on. What then? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know? Takes cares of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright. To mislead you, they were tampering with the body. To produce lividity matching a hanging? Yes. This is concurrent with your doubts at the autopsy about the coloring being... I knew it. The coloring in his lower limbs looked faint. About half an hour had passed since the moment of death? She nods. And I'm Nancy Drew. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ma Chen was so pissed. That was really funny. He waited, though. He did wait. In honor of another precise forensic observation. Then what did you do? Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on, his armor too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do, make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. What did you do while they were hanging him? Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while, that we should lay low or something, so I did. This Ruby, where is Ruby now? I don't know, I haven't seen her since. We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys. Okay, well I guess we'll have to circle back. When it happened, did you hear a gunshot? Okay, so she just heard the glass exploding. That's fair. Did you kill Lely? I'm not going to ask her that. Could the people after you have killed him? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. And I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone. She looks at her cigarette. So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. Either way, something to consider. We can't go after Loose Scab. Not yet. There are other, saner leads. Crow died. Feels bad, man. Aw. Poor Crow. Rip. Why did you call the cops if you're hiding? Because I'm an idiot. The answer comes fast. Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort. I don't think so. Why did you do it? You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting, and then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him. Kuno. Her jaw is clenched, her throat moves. It takes all her strength out to cave in and sob. Once, just one time. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud, thud. She shakes her head. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Revachol. I hope he's dabbing in heaven. Well, that would be a pretty lit situation, wouldn't it, Kristoff? When was the window changed? Last week? Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it. She takes a drag. You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. In her bedroom? Inside? Okay. She nods silently. She doesn't even smoke, just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door. Why am I shouting this? Well, you know what? It's got a really high chance of success, so I'm gonna do it. That's gonna be my driving force. Or at least scraping stale lemon cake frosting off a cold plate. I think that's his version of heaven. That's true. Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies. Okay. I don't want to accuse her of lying. I'm fine with the fact that she lied to me. Stop! You violated the law! Just like a real lawman would say. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. What happened here? The golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. What position are they in? Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th, and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain. Where does it come from? The street knows the good stuff. It was gnarly, but dat got me shook, Christoph brah. It was not tight, fam. No, Crow! We appreciate your vibe. Thanks for hanging out with us, though, Crow. And Happy New Year. From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. Let's inspect the ghostly figure, shall we? Sorry, that's the T, sis. Oh my god. Goodbye, Crow. I don't think so, Christoph. I think those are lost. I think those are lost forever. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization. Have a look at the point A. Roof. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is the composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points. Shouldn't there be gun residue outside? There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago. So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from? I didn't even have many brain cells to start with. Can relate. Grassy knoll. 72%. With a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies. Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof? None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. Could the shot have come from inside the room, a closer point? Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective. That's a 28% yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez? Heck yeah. The faces on vacation. Where's your face vacationing, Crow? According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. More precisely, B for boardwalk, B for Land's End, and B for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. Okay, let's look at the boardwalk. 700 meters away, the likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account. I don't think anybody knows what that means, Christoph. 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent? No, too far-fetched. Okay. Let's look at the islet. 1 kilometer away, an unlikely point of origin, beyond the docks somewhere, on an islet in the Bay of Martinez, perhaps? There are islets there, badly charted as they may be. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable. Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof, in Martinez? From more precisely. I see you've given this a lot of thought, he remarks, raising an eyebrow. Are these the locations you've singled out, in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? Much less than from the roof, but still. Okay, well, we should see if there is a gunshot, or we should see if there is gunshot residue or a sniper's nest if we go down the coast. Ruley spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. A simple hypothesis can be wrong, but it's something to build on. Okie dokie. Let's go start walking over to the smoker on the balcony, shall we? Some big brain shit. I can hardly keep up. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a good call. Good call, Street. Forgot about the residue. Although there's probably not going to be much of anything left. What with the weather. Can we go in here? I cannot kick that door in. Okay.
I was just thinking.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. Move your hand fast. Oh, they're gone. Okay. Well, I effed that up real bad.
I was just thinking what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
Clearly not. I would trust that. I mean, I am sometimes an asshat. That is certainly true. Does this help me with my chances to break down the door? Nope, certainly doesn't. Okay, well. Princess Asshat. Well, I mean, if I was gonna be princess of anything, be that for sure. Asshattery. It's my calling. I was born to lead my tribe. I wonder. I think I have a thing to say to Titus really quickly. If I'm not mistaken, there was something I have to run past him. Asshat Twitch fuckery, exactly. Sounds dope, totally. Totes, 100p crow, as the kids say. Right? We kids love saying that. Oh. Well, this guy doesn't mince words.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
I'm never gonna get this case solved. Looks don't matter, it's what's on the inside that counts.
I know. That's what I'm going by here.
Oh, hey, rude.
Come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
Horse-faced woman.
It's not just this week. What do you want?
Man, this guy's a dick. There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise. I think I've got some stuff that, that voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing? They're spying on me. You're on point, sis, like the bomb diggity. That's exactly what you look like tonight. Oh yeah, Street? Rocking some sunglasses indoors. I dig. Okay, let's get all the stuff that helps with my esprit decor, whatever it's called. +1. Okay, that's good. Maybe I don't have any other help. Inland Empire? None of this is helping. Nope. Okay, what if I do some drugs? Yeah, I'll do some drugs. Some light drugs. Whoa, in your hand. Perhologen. The double rainbow of synthetic hallucinogens. Rare and gritty. Product of the age of atomic power. The container is warm to the touch, or is that just the anticipation? You screw the lid open and look. A little slit on the side lets you just slurp it up like an oyster. Ew. Slurp it, but only a little. You suck a minuscule drop of extremely chemical-smelling liquid into your mouth. There it seeps into your tongue. When you swallow, it's already almost gone. Tastes like gasoline. Tastes like many things, all melting into one conflagration in the back of your throat. As you look around, the world slowly exists, as it did before, only now gentle flames lick at its edges, as though it were a photo burning. Really? No, of course not really. It's just a metaphor. The effect of that otherworldly drop of liquid is slower, more subtle than that of real flames, yet just as warm. This warmth, it makes you want to share your discovery with Kim. This is going to be so useful in my line of work. Okay. Just damaged my health a little bit.
I can't believe this shit.
Kim, who is this guy? He's not getting involved in this. Okay. My chances aren't great, but I'm gonna see how this plays out. Hell yeah! You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him. Tell me the truth. Do you know me from somewhere? Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere. From where? From another life? Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... He pauses. To what station do you think you would belong to in this alternate and totally fictional reality? Poggers? Should I say 41st or 57th? 57th? "41st. Okay, okay. The man sounds genuinely excited. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. He gives you a long, meaningful look and adds, somewhere good. Let's talk about that hypothetical Station 41 you mentioned. Oh, the hypothetical 41. Yeah, let's fantasize about that. He blinks aggressively. I'm not busy. You're not busy. Let's just play around. Heh, nice. 69. So what would our relationship be in this alternate universe? Let's be crazy. Let's say that you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? You seem like a cool guy. I'd love to have you as my partner. I mean, Kim is cooler than you, but that's not how I'm going to play this. Would you now? Or would I be cramping your style? The man bites his lip, then waves his hand. Never mind, partner. Actually, I shouldn't have called you my partner. Kim's my partner. He's going to know. I'm not your partner, he says quickly. This union is temporary. Oh, Kim doesn't want to be my friend. A little premonition for you, Lieutenant, he turns to Kim. Sooner or later, probably sooner, your new friend tells you he doesn't need you. He will then suggest you should fuck off. When that happens, I suggest you take his advice, he adds bitterly. The lieutenant merely bows his head in response. Do you have a crime to solve? Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other, better cops solve crimes, and let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work. This isn't helping, she shakes her head, and looking at the man with sunglasses disapprovingly. Well, who else are in our imaginary police station? You're not going to believe this, but... The man pauses for dramatic effect. Police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and, get this, and not getting their drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular, boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you. The far-out son of Lung. What? The far-out son of Lung? Oh, it's you eccentric genius. He winks at you sarcastically. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. It's an urban myth, the lieutenant says quietly, about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You're not the son of Lung. What if I was, though? He's trying to protect you from further rough handling dashed out by this sunglassed man. Okay, yes. You get the joke. Leave it at that. Okay. I know, super weird. There's something we're missing here, something you can't put your finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at, but still. I was thinking the same thing. I should just ask him if we're from the same station. My detective work is on fleek. Why, thank you, Crow. Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though. Okay, so just talk to him.
I can't believe this shit.
He shakes his head, looking like he really is having trouble believing this shit. Look, I just have to ask, are we from the same police station? I'm going to say no, just to see what you'll say to that. What do you say? Okay. Okay? Gene, he said okay. Give it a rest. Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent. Something of that kind, not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again. I mean, I feel like he is a cop for sure. I'm very confused by this whole interaction. Oh, was I supposed to say something to him as well?
It's you again. What is it?
Okay, I talked to Clausier, now I need to talk to Ruby. Why? He leans back and regards you with curiosity. A civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby. Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone, and now you've picked Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral lantern steamroller. Fuck that shit. And fuck you too, moral... Oh boy. He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs. Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys. That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. He crosses his arms. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now? I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking. From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back. I mean, why is that? Okay, that logic is not great. Do I have anything that can boost that? Could do more drugs. Could always do more drugs. Or just -2 to my authority. Where's my logic? +1 to logic. Okay, these weird glasses. That's nice. Throws a rock. What do I take that shot put ball? Hey, can I give the shot put ball? Is that like similar enough to the -1 morale? Intellect. Yeah, I think I want to smoke them. Smoke them if you got them. Smoking's a perfectly harmless activity. Let's see how this goes. Oh fuck. Ooh, almost died. Almost died. We're fine.
It's you again. What is it?
Hell yeah, 72%. Very nice. Hey Mint, how are you? Long time no see. Happy New Year, my friend. A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by an eerie blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion all channel into a single thought. Ooh, I had an impossible success. Very nice. Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him? Because she was here all night with us. He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101. She was here all night? The lieutenant ignores the tattooed man. 11:30 to 12:25. She was here during all that time? Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there. He points to the karaoke stage. She didn't go out for fresh air, for one smoke? No, that's a lie. You know that's not the case. Alright, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. He points to the intersection. We're not getting into what that operation is again, cop. I don't want to see that abomination on my screen. Oh, Crow. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? You said you were good. I'm sorry. No, you didn't say you were good. Yeah, my New Year's starting out really well. I was just watching movies all day in my bed like a little slug. What can I say? I can't hold conversations. I feel oppressed. Don't feel oppressed, Crow. Little brain die too. I hope your New Year's off to a good start, Mint. Terrible, tragic, terrible tragedy, Crow. Feel for you. Wish there was something I could do, but I mean, you know. And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. He taps on his temple. I've been through this. It's not plausible. Alright, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You do agree the shot came from the roof, right? Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausier's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinet. Maybe from the coast? But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no. He shakes his head. I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up. There's a 72% chance that the bullet came from the roof. Thanks for trying to be considerate. Not Kristoff. 72%. He picks up his beer. There's a percentage in all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab? Definitely lie. The truth is not credible. Yes, we have a ballistics lab in Couron. We consult in cases like these. Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinet, he nods. Still, all the labs in the world don't put her on that roof. How did she get there? Climb? Ruby could have gotten to the roof from somewhere inside the whirling. Through Clausley's room. Maybe there's more. How much do you guys know about this place? We've only been drinking here for what, 6 years? He looks around. How much do we know? Thinking of getting whirling in rigs tatted on my ass, boss. There you go. Tatted on his ass. We know the place. There's a locked door in the kitchen and another on the roof. Ever been through those? No, but that doesn't prove anything. It's just 2 doors. We're not giving you Ruby for that. She's one of us. Did you see cat wands? No, I didn't. That sounds amazing. Drew whiskers on his cheeks. A surefire way to ring in the new year. That's amazing. I'm sad that I missed it. Is his VOD still up? I'm gonna go check that out. Sounds right up my alley. Oh, whoa. What if those 2 doors are connected, Eugene? Is that your name, Eugene? The lieutenant leans closer. If they're connected, she could have gone to their kitchen, gone up, shot him on the roof, and then come down, all in 5 minutes. How about that? Yes, she could have. This is one long shot. He shakes his head, but the look in his eyes shows interest. Firmly, he shakes his head. Try shit on a stick. All you've established is a possible route to the roof that you haven't found. And even then, a route doesn't put that bullet in the merc's head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one. Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt, in the shape of a gun. Ooh, okay. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself? Okay. The local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Maybe it was her. You lost your gun? The blonde man is taken aback, not even laughing. What an idiot. Big man leans closer. Tell me, did you lose it before the murder? Oh my health. You didn't, and Ruby didn't use your lost gun to kill him. Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it. You'll get a heart attack. That looks antique. A Belle McGraw. He takes the gun, inspects it, and hands it back. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it? There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there with others just like it. 20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus? And also broken, but still, there were too many, and there must be other caches too. God damn it, we need to close that dump down for good. Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. He shakes his head. Damn it, I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there? We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit. I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her. I don't know, cop. Why don't you find your lost gun first? The tattooed man bursts out laughing at his own joke. Easy now, Al. This isn't comedy hour. Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we? He almost gets up from his seat. Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this? Phase 3. Motive. The last component. What's the angle here? What's something sad, Crow? It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up. And I suppose you have a theory on that. She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus. Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging? You went along, but she suggested it. The little man squints, eyes beady. She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit, right when she came back downstairs. Really, Shanks? Clausier wants to talk to another girl? That's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd been first. Time for a logics demonstration. Who do I want to attack here? Let's go after Eugene. Eugene, let's assume you killed him. He scoffs. Think. You kill him. Get up there, shoot him, get down. Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob, or alone for committing murder? All this time I've been watching it at 160p because my internet sucks, and since it's mostly dialogue, it didn't seem important. Now the portraits in the lower quality look like zombies because of how gray their skins are. I turned it up for a sec, and they're just regular people. Oh no. I mean, they're not great looking people, but, I mean, especially my character. He looks like he's been put through the ringer. I agree. The man is silent. If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss. Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. The blonde man waves his beer around. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus. Glenn, Titus looks grim. I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit. Ooh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her. Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod, and a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. Yeah, I see it. He puts his beer down. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is, add it to your list of suspicions if you want. I don't know. He smiles a peculiar smile. I don't know where she went. She just up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where, however hard I asked. Want to know why? Lost a bet. That's amazing. I'm gonna check that out. Or like, people you would never want to meet in an alley. Well, I mean, to be fair, though, how many people do you want to meet in an alley? Not very many. Okay, why? She was afraid I would tell you. He looks you straight in the eye. Maybe she was right. By now I probably would. She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory. Perhaps. He looks out of the window again. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Oh. What was she scared of? No, you, as in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. I'm sorry. God, why does everything flee at the sight of my shadow? It seems you have that effect, especially on women. He looks at you. Damn it, that's real hard. Oh no. Right, that's the second one now who's trying to flee you. Damn it. Hurts, man. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply, but he measures you up. Now I'm not so sure. When did she leave? Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town, then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation. What else did Ruby tell you about me? She said you have a funny taste in clothes, he scoffs, and that you won't stop. Won't stop? Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans. Fucking hell, the tattooed man shakes his head. Titus, did he just open Angus like a can? Yes, he did. He nods. Now we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you? Silence. He nods. It was very inappropriate. Well, damn. The level of intrigue. Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener? You are insistent, he nods. Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus. This cop, he... But she was too scared. Damn. Peanut butter and jellies? When were we talking about that? Do you have any clues on where Ruby went? She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot. Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her. Yeah, Al, he gives a sharp look, and we won't either. She's not really the man stares into his beer, hearty candidate anymore, is she? She's not, Glenn. Have you looked for her? A little, on the coast. Where have you looked for her, more precisely? More precisely? On the coast, past the waterlock. He nods southwest. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there. Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking? Sure, there are some shithouses there, a cinder block town. The fisher folk there refuse to unionize. That's one place we haven't looked. Oh, Night Street, thanks so much for stopping in. I'll see you again soon, I'm sure, and Happy New Year's again. Have a dank Night Street. Crow, Night Street. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up. We will start there. The lieutenant takes a quick note. One more question. What does Ruby look like? Boyish, hair's red, dyed. She looks like a lorryman. Do you know what she's doing with Ulan frequencies? The what now? I've no idea. He looks around. Boys? The dankest. She said she's building a... His voice is very quiet. A pale emitter? What? We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more. This guy barely understands what he's talking about. There you have it. Pale something. Titus puts an end to it. Well, it's not much, but it'll do. It'll have to. He puts his hands out. Shake it. His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. You know, I don't usually do this. I just measure things, but... You said it would be nice to have a ballistics lab. You could use ours. Nah, we're good. He lets go of your hand. Why not? You could turn this thing into an actual police force. He extends his hand. Afraid you would actually have to follow the law? Rich boy law is a sham. He shakes his head. Or shakes his hand. It only works for the Wild Pines lady. So keep your lab and watch your ass out there. Well, that's nice. The coast is a dangerous place for lawmen, especially Mr. Can Opener here. It's not a threat. It's a warning. Thanks for the warning, buddy. You see that chokehold again? Well, you know what? I like these Union guys now. When I first started out, I was pretty sure they were going to kill me. But I think they're probably my tribe now, as Crow would say. Or my squad, perhaps? Oh, boy. Looking at my character. Looks terrible. Okay, let's go talk to the smoker on the balcony. If you're really tight, they be your gang. Oh, totally. Sure enough. That's what's up. Sounds lewd. Anything sounds lewd if you're fox-die enough. I feel like there's not too much that this guy can illuminate. Although, maybe he saw someone on the other roof. I don't know. It's hard to say. Hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. Okay. A maroon glow of light pollution arises from the east.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette. His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. And his shirt is still unbuttoned. We found a key hidden under a stone. Was it yours?
It was mine. My friends use it from time to visit me.
Free pollution. It's my style. Absolutely, Crow.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Honestly, I'm just trying not to screw things
Beautiful.
up. He says again. A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones. Man, do I have a crush on this guy?
I have some good
Maybe.
news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you, and he'd like to say hello.
Oh, fuck.
Step in. He's already waiting.
By the way, I'm really digging the view here. Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. He looks away, his cigarette end glowing in the dark. Martinet is special, isn't it? Wait, suddenly you're digging things? The lieutenant whispers to you, shaking his head. Okay, who is his friend? I've got to run. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again. But I just found you again. Just look at it. He gestures toward distant motorways, all leading to Golden La Delta. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this? He's right. Only losers go to bed early. Time to break out the booze. Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important. Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words. We'll talk, the smoker assures you, brushing his hand through his hair. Just not tonight. Okay, take care, all right, he says with another disarming smile before slipping off into the night. Man. Arrest him. He's guilty. Absolutely. Dab those cuffs on him. God damn it, you guys. He's always leaving. Why is he always leaving, Kim? Who knows, detective? It's a mystery, he says, turning his face away from you. His shirt. Why is his shirt always unbuttoned? His shirt? The lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter. His shirt. His shirt. No, I don't know why his shirt is always unbuttoned. His mouth tightens as though he's trying to hold something back. He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter. Kim. Rude. Come on, detective. Let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember? He nods at the apartment door before you. Yes, let's go in. Okay, what have we got in here? What's this? Ooh, a kimono. This is my new outfit. Absolutely. Oh god. Oh good god. Okay. Love it. Loving it. An old photo of the same apartment, dated year 01. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. Fancy. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. This apartment is hella weird. Oh god. Quarterly business magazine. Okay. Appreciate how a lot of these isometric kind of games change clothing and add detail depending on what you're wearing for armor/defense. Yeah, true. Man, it starred that out where you said what you're wearing. Twitch was trying to save me from your lewdness, Christoph. You pervert. Just making myself comfortable in this guy's house with my kimono that is not mine.
You have acquired the robe. Looks good on you.
The man assesses the situation. Okay, this guy's real weird. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Villedron. I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sir Leclerc.
From Sir Leclerc.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I'm here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me
Yeah, real
about
cool gym teacher. Ask me about the hanging. Okay. Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things. Point to the silk robe. Before we get to that, tell me where you got this beautiful silk robe from.
We got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business.
AKA drug addict teacher. That's me, Foxdie.
That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony. The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed. You actually witnessed the lynching? I'm sorry to say I did, officer. The man gives a solemn nod. He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk. He may know more than even he knows. Start from the beginning, if you don't mind. Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play. He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers like a drama teacher setting the scene. The lieutenant is already scribbling down notes. What do you mean, like in a play? It was just so strange, I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body, and then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this. The lieutenant nods to you. That lines up with previous testimony, doesn't it? Well done, detective. Thank you, sir. I think we've got the picture. Anything else stand out? Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything. It was so dark. And that it was quiet, he says. Something, or smoothing his hair. Quietest lynching I ever heard of, let alone heard. But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RCM is well deserved. What's an official like you doing in Martinet? The coalition is only looking out for the price stabilité. He raises an index finger. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease, blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment? Ah, well, I'm renovating it. It's an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. He smiles. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. Okay, so you're some kind of bureaucrat. Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sur Le Clef working for the Institute of Price Stability. He glances at his watch. This is one of the main projects of the moral intern. Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the moral intern is joking or not. Okay. What is this international community? The community international is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stop the disaster of the revolution. And what do I call the coalition? Your employer, technically speaking, the governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration. Very fun. It is the most important thing. Ah, that clears everything up. The central goal of any sound monetary policy, maintaining the price stability, is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment. Fair. Which is essential for maintaining the social stability. Basically, make sure the price of bread doesn't change. Precisely. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet? No, I'm good. A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'etre of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. Dual monsters. Absolutely, Crow. He pats his pocket. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency. Okay, I've heard of this moral intern before, but I want to know more. It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition. Both of these seem like weird things to say. This guy is just rambling on about the importance of stable economy, and I just want some of that bread he mentioned in the story. Hell yeah. Wonder if he has some, like, bread leaflets he could give us. Okay. Didn't give us an approving nod. Yes, everything else is super extreme. It's like I'm living with a bunch of lunatics. Okay, let's go through this Sir Leclef stuff. What makes Revachol Sir Leclef's darling? Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sir Leclef. Its language, its people, its cuisine even, or at least it is in the downtown La Delta area. Jamrock and the other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sir Leclef's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes. Oh, man. That sounds amazing. I love mashed potatoes. What if No, I don't want to tell him about the fugitive. Can you tell me about your friend? Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters. What's Kedra? Kedra is a candidate member of EPIS, but between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue. Me too with cheese. Hell yeah. Put cheese on everything. Why not? Never hurts. That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21 and it's been pending ever since. Okay. What do the letters stand for? It's been such a wild, extraordinary success this far. We are very excited to take it to the next level. You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you? A supranational political alliance in the United States of Occident. Is it going to be like this place here? You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy. Is Revachol going to be part of EPIS? It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS for sure. Except that candidate members never become full members, do they? Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members? No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time and evaluation. Okay, lay it on me, Crow. How did you two even become friends? How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindia Isola. Oil platforms ablaze in the night, civil wars lasting for years. Finally, the international community is forced to step in. What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way. Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too. You still haven't told me who he is. Sorry, who? The man throws a quick glance at his watch. Your friend, the smoker on the balcony, we were just talking about him. But I told you, officer, he's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. He is a cornerstone of our civilization. Fine, but what's his real name? What's the name of the cheese that's like creamy that you spread around in like toast? Yeah, it's cream cheese. Absolutely. Officer, you have to understand, I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation. So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes. Which arts? He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him. What are you doing in his apartment by yourself? I'm just enjoying the view, the man smiles, nodding to the window. What view? It's dark outside. Listen, he says, raising his hand. A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment. Someone's baby is crying. No, listen, he says again, looking outside. The Insulindian Bay. What about it? Oh, well, that's an easy name. Yep, it just kind of states what it is, right? For once, the English language making things easy. This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the Revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million-real view stays. You can't take that away. He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. I was asking about your friend. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee. A busy bee? What an odd choice of words. Yeah, I'm not going to tell him about the fugitive. I like her. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. Hold on, why can't we talk later? It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. He pauses. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well. Yeah, there are multiple endings, Crow. That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
Was there anything else?
Okay. That wasn't that helpful. Guess I could try and go get my dice from that lady. What I'm gonna use them for, I have no idea. You learned about the economy. What's not helpful about that? You know what? That's true. It's the kind of knowledge that isn't going to only help me with this case. It's going to help me navigate my way through life. And you can't put a price on that. Do. Culprit might be the economist. It's true. I'm not certain who the culprit is quite yet. Oh, this isn't the fastest way to get where I want to go. Oh well. We've committed to it, so we just gotta follow through. Have I discarded the existence of accomplices? That's a good question. I think I have. I think basically everyone... Why can't I move? Hello? What's happening here? Do I need to equip my flashlight? Is that what's happening here? There we go. Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of knew what happened a little bit or had their hands in it, but I think probably only one person mostly committed the crime. Is she finished with my dice? I guess not. Damn it. How close is the date of my birth generator? I don't know. Not that close. I'm loving this outfit that I have. Well, this is like the end of the night, so I guess I'll go sleep for free in that old woman's house. Then Kim can meet me out here in the morning when he gets up. Sounds like a plan if I ever heard one. I'd love to save me that... Is this place locked? God damn it. That's annoying. I want that 24-hour bookstore. Go. Go, go, go. What's this? A clue? L'origine du disco. Origin of disco, okay. You know what? Good for you. Oh no, the bridge is up here, isn't it? This tiny little boy over here. Good night, Kim. Good night, Kim. You don't have to follow me all this way. Yeah, for sure, they're already kind of more or less on the same page. They've had too much opportunity to sit and talk with each other about it. Because unfortunately, I was blackout drunk for half of the time where I should have been investigating them. Maybe I can just chat with her really quick about Ruby before I go to bed. It's like a good option, right?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
I'm gonna find love with this lady. Yeah, exactly. The music is very, evocative. It's very pleasant and sad. So, I mean, if you like that. The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of ocean waves at night. There's a gap where the name of that song should be. You should ask her about it right now. You're still up? Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours at night. It happens when you grow older. She sloshes the water in the bucket around for a bit. My suggestion is, don't. Don't grow any older than you already are. That's old enough, she smiles. What's troubling you? What is this song you're humming? A lullaby my mother used to sing. I sang it to my kids too. It's an old Sumerian children's song. What's it called? Surrender to the night, she replies, slowly rocking back and forth. What tech level is there in the game? I'm guessing it focuses on old school detecting and not forensics. Yeah, like most of the forensics are like stuff, like just like visual clues and stuff like that. You're not, like, matching fingerprints or anything like that. It's kind of grim for a children's song, even if it's a lullaby. It sounds nice. Yes, she nods, it does. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coasts? Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about? This is my little cinderblock town. She nods with a wrinkled smile. I know what goes on around here. She's being evasive. She knows something. There is a murder in Martinez. He points east. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help. Would you now? She turns to him. I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. This isn't about the Union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation. Ah, I should have known. She shakes her head. This is yet another Union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We're not in the habit of being afraid around here. I see. You know something, but you've decided not to tell us. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now is there something else? I see, ma'am. The lieutenant turns to you. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway. Goodbye. Well, I'm going to bed. Good night, Kim. The victim was a, like a security guy. It was me, smile. It was like a security detail guy of sorts. Oh, what's this? Yeah, they were hired to like work on the docks, basically. And the Union was kind of bristly with them. So when I first came to look at the crime scene, it looked like a bunch of the Union people had hung him up from a tree. But the plot is thickening. As you look at the floorboards in the corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of the floorboard next to it looks scratched. Move the board aside. The hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust in there. What's in here? Nothing particularly catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden in that sand, though. You stick your hand and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust, and then something hard wrapped in paper? A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. It's a bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. I would say so right now, Crow. That's like definitely the more intriguing aspect. I've more or less... the Union has been complicit in the cover-up of the murder, but I'm not sure exactly what their motivation is. And like who is pulling the strings. She's ready to fight some cops. Oh, Lord. That's rather extra. I don't want it to come to that. Damn it. Can't stop myself from making the expression. Go to sleep. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away. That sounds a lot nicer than my hostel in my gross sheets.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on the
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there.
Man, the limbic system sounds so creepy.
The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The potted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
What is
It's
it?
the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The rain, the snow. I don't want to. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent, picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Definitely Crow. Sherlock Crow over here.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right. I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
Solving your little crossword puzzle. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off your lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Word searches are far superior to crossword puzzle for small brains like me. Can't relate, Kristoff. Crosswords are nothing for me. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world, one conversation at a time. Open my eyes. Rough start to the day already. Okay, I feel like I've asked about Ruby in the village, but the only people who might know more are the layabouts back near that little car park. So what kind of information would be so harmful to an organization in this context that a group would be willing to participate in a cover-up without tearing itself apart? Well, I think at first the Union was acting as a group to like cover for one of their own, but I think one of their own has lied to them about exactly why they committed the crime. It's what I'm thinking so far, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm right on this. Oh man, I have to go all the way around. Damn it. Right, I'm gonna talk to this old lady. I wonder if she still trusts me now that I've rifled through her apartment.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Well, I'm not gonna talk to
waves
her.
don't keep you up at night.
I'm not gonna tell her that I was rifling through her shit. I don't think that's the right call. Okay, nobody's here yet. Yeah, usually they hang out about here. No one's there. Let's go up to hang out with the rave kids around the church, I guess. Is our friend still out here? Shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
Can't say. Gotta ask questions first. I'd like to know more about your associates. Just answer the question, please. Sorry, I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them. Damn, lady. To the cops. What about you? Tell me something about yourself. Me? I'm a silver bird. What the hell does that mean? Silver bird feels strangely familiar. Was it an expression? And if yes, then for what? Then your mind slips and the thought is gone. Have you seen a red-haired woman around? No. Just no. It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Teenagers skulking around, gang members looking for a hole in the Union's defenses. Maybe Ruby too, but you wouldn't be able to tell from here. That's good. No neighbors to complain about noise when you get the club going. Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party. Totally. It's totally what's gonna happen. Because that's the thing. Usually when the core of a crime is personal, turning in the culprits is the path of less resistance. That, unless those persons have enough influence within the group to not only be part of it, but to define it. Indeed. Oh man, okay. Egghead.
Close. True, hard, full, core, hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core, all right, yeah. Hardcore! Ah!
No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
Just answer the question.
There is no question. Be close. True.
Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. I like this person. You would, Crow. Speaks to your generation.
Hardcore is a mega.
Say
Internally
nothing.
coherent.
Still say
All
nothing.
core. All right. Yeah.
Say nothing.
Hardcore.
No, but seriously, I'm a
The
little
question
worried it
is,
isn't.
What is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
Was a question?
What?
Be
God.
close. True. Hard. Full. Core.
Say nothing.
Hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore is a mega. Internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yekokata, the place to be. Yekokata, the hardcore place.
Okay. Oh boy. Internally coherent. Hey, the J-Rab. Just shoot this guy. I should, honestly.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
About the church, I checked it out. I talked to the shadow-clad being climbing the beams. A man living on the ceiling. Oh man, the crab man, you mean? Who is he? What did you think? He gave me this odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love. Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church? Just preaching and praying from the looks of it. No matter, the paranoid young man mumbles gruffly. Is he going to be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we going to do about him? These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do. I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? He rubs his jaw. A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time? Don't worry, I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else. I guess it's not a massive problem now that I think of it. That's right, just let it be. I mean, most of the people in this game fall into that category. Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah! Maybe, I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her? A programmer, that's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? She said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans. Come on, man. Who will you trust, a spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place. Feel the love. Get down and feel it. The stuffy tent muffles the last two words. The command fails to impress. A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying. The love? No, I'm really not feeling it at all. You'll get up there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Did you order name? Rocking it or dropping it? She did not like the Anotic dance club idea. What a pity, that's my favorite thing in the world. He drops a hammer back into a toolbox, and she doesn't like it at all. A shame, he sighs. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam and into a laser-lit future of dance and unity? Unity, dance. She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished. And you can't just evict her? No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution. Look at you, Honor Man. No, Noid, he's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of the music. The lines in the dark exist, coexist. I'll rephrase. Someone who seems to be in a process of introspection and reflection. Maybe not an overt one. Introspection. Well, I'd say Clausier is probably in that mood right now. He's also a union guy. Kind of fits that description. Can you use that in a sentence? At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand. Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer. Does she like Anotic dance music? She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it. Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, and then he returns to the full swing of it. No worries, we'll figure it out. The man nods enthusiastically, then leans in and whispers, if coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her. He smiles wide, like a replica of his friend with the large head. Excellent. Good luck, my friend. If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery. Now humor me, Andre. What is the founding party? Hardcore is what the beat is. Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization. And they have roots in ancient mass society. He pauses, and they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no? Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want a dance club in one of the churches? Totally. There isn't a trace of doubt in his voice. The Paracarnassian church is about love. Anodic music is about love. I got love for my Paracarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance. He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it. Love is hardcore. Unity. Unity. Makes a noise for my Insulindian posse. He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into dance. You feel it, the anodes of the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base as if testing the water. Gonna nod my head. Feels good. Guess love can be pretty hardcore. Oh yeah, it can. He's coming around. He nods at his friend, then turns to you with a mischievous grin. You're getting it. Totally. Yeah, Yakakota! The place to be. Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew. His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so. I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions? The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. Brought your own water. Yeah, good to have bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water. Oh, and it's distilled too. Oh, he doesn't know what to say. It's the one they sell at the fuel station. The what now? He leans in to hear you better. Point at the bottle of nasal spray in the corner. The Nosafed Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around. It's like an actor looking to the souffleur for his line. I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe. Sound fine to me. If a group is corrupting itself by the influence of a few, there's the risk of members finding themselves in a dilemma. Do they stay loyal to the leadership of the group and cooperate with the cover-up, or do they stay loyal to the values of the group and dissent? It's a difficult matter. There's no clear answer, is there, Crow? Yes, he nods energetically. That's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noza, I'd be drowning in shit right now. Nosafed is the shit. Good, now on to the next thing. Hate to tell you, but it reeks of sweat in here. It does, doesn't it? Told you we have a smell problem. He picks up a piece of telephone cord and inspects it. Wait, I also smell ether. Why? Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid? Nope. It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent, like laundry detergent. He sniffs the air, then shrugs. Doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated, so not under the influence right now. Huh. It's a pretty good chance. I'm gonna see if I can amp up my logic. Like, I think I have clothing that has... Come on. Need that logical clothing. +1 to logic. Oh god. This looks incredibly stupid. And if I just do some casual drugs. Logic is the blue one. It's my SIGs, right? My SIGs help with that. Just damage my health a little bit. Hold on, let me change my outfit. It would be intimidating if nothing else. Probably hear the guy out. Wait, where are the cigarettes? Okay, I have 2 uses left. Okay, let's chat these idiots up.
Hi again. So, how
92.
things
Hell
going?
yeah. A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. Let's, shall we? How about gather around, kids? Okay, now, kids, gather around. The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused. Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when and where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. But before that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective. Just telling him a story, I guess. But you still are. Thank you for the kind words. But everyone in here sees I'm a disgrace to the uniform. What happened? Egghead looks serious suddenly. Smelled so impossibly sweet. He doesn't know what to say. Now, obviously, that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there's still some detective left in me. The young speed freak is silent. This isn't the makings of a club, it's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs. I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers. He points at the speaker. 1 speaker. They have 1 speaker. Where is his friend? Did he lose his friend? What do you mean, friend? The other speaker, you only have 1. It's a 1-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Another speaker. Pfft. This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or 1-speaker system. That Nosafed is here for its active ingredient. He said it was for his nose. What more do you want? The distilled water? Cornerstone of a clean lab. And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer? The ether in the air? A useful solvent, good for getting acting agent out of a solution. Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether. He smiles nervously. There's no need for me to pile on any more, is there? Monodynamic. No shit, he sounds tired. In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab. That's... He waves his hands. Come on, that's... preposterous? I meant to say not true. You're sober. Was it hard for you to keep sober for this meeting? We don't need drugs to be hardcore. Shut the fuck up, Egg. Maybe not today, Egg, but you need drugs to get through the days when you're not expecting me. Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. Consciousness is the new universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock. Bottom line is, I know. What exactly is it you know? He sounds confrontational. So what are we gonna do with you? What do you mean, do? There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing. You tell me what's really going on here and we'll work from there. I can be lenient. We'll see. Now speak. He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth, but closes it again. Then finally raises his hands. Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revachol. Because we are. We totally are. Is the police department compromised? Yeah, by me, Crow. I'm the compromising factor. We just gotta turn it into a speed lab first. Oh, goddammit. You know, to get our foot in the door. And why did you need me? Like I told you, spooky assholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up. They're not really spooky, are they? No, man, they're spooky, alright. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there. People, I mean, why they gotta harsh your buzz, you know? But the sign was way off, too. I couldn't feel the love at all. Sir, you promised you'd be lenient. Get lost. I don't want to see you again. No, please. Egghead presses stop on the tape player. In the silence, you can hear the wind howl outside. There needs to be a club for aerotic music in there. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We're running out of time. Without his smile, Egghead looks heartbroken and older than you thought he was. He looks almost as old as you. We need a win. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light. No debate. Get lost. I'm not letting some druggies take over a church. Yeah. Fuck, man. You said you'd be lenient. Andre looks beat. Pack it up, Egg. The young man closes his toolbox. You should be glad I'm not even arresting you. He doesn't even look at you. Being called a boomer even in game feels bad, man. Feels about right. You know what? I don't feel too bad about it. These guys were some dingleberries. What's happening? The ice here is thick enough to walk on. Well, what luck. I guess I could talk to the lady in here again, now that those kids are gone. Oop. Well, that would be the church now, wouldn't it? Should walk here, not run. Well, well. Let's go talk to our friend here.
Yes, what is it?
Those ravers won't be bothering you anymore. I told them to leave because they were planning a drug trade. You told them to leave. She looks up surprised. Didn't think the cops of this place had it in them, she murmurs. Have you seen anyone suspicious? Say, a woman named Ruby? What? No. No one suspicious around here. Okay. Hey, about that 2mm hole again. Oh, she doesn't have anything else to say. Oh. Supposed to be walking in here, I guess. Is that guy in here? Nope, he not. I wonder if anything's happening up on this dock now? From the murder scene? Nope. Floorboards are rotten and weak. That's why that guy died. No, not at all. Crow, he was like a foreigner. No one really knew him, and he was kind of new to the area.
Hello, isn't this a fine morning?
I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around? No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here. He pats his son's head. So you haven't seen anyone around? No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone. What's so fascinating about an empty old building? I think I've had this conversation with him before. Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, I did have this conversation with him. I don't know why it didn't save it.
Hello, isn't this a fine morning?
Oops. There's activity in the docks, right? Ships coming in and out, moving cargo and such? Yeah, of course. Okay. Conversation with that guy is always unpleasant. What if I pull out my pry bar? Hell yeah, $5. Hell yeah, drugs. Run, run, run. Got that hustle. What's happening over here? Oh, this might be that dude, that lady's husband. Lots of trading. Just shipping stuff back and forth. Definitely some kind of drug trade is happening. Okay, now who is this?
Hello, I'm Gary. How do you do, officer?
Crypto-fascist.
Yellow man. I mean,
oh
officer.
God. Lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about after a little
I'm just
probing
waiting
first.
for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature.
Are drugs legal?
Just not
no.
this bloody coast.
They are not.
It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
That's fair. Degenerates. This man respects authority too much to see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue. I am neither of those things, I can assure you. I am a by-the-books, clean-as-a-whistle officer of the law. I'm not even tempted to touch intoxicants.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revachol.
His gaze shifts to the pile of soggy logs at his feet. He pronounces Revachol with a hard K, unlike other people. So you do know something about it. No, he shakes his head emphatically, then corrects his tie. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary, but everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it, is all. He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange. You didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here. You said Revachol. I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way. The Vespertine way. He nods solemnly. The stupid way? Hell yeah. It's a secret rite, a very fringe nationalist handshake, probably. Are you a cryptozoologist, too? No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own. Is this your mug? My mug? Why would you think that? I can see you recognize it in your eyes. I may have had a similar looking mug in the past, that's all. All right, I believe you. You look like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer. Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I'm very sorry, officer. He pauses. You're not going to find me, are you? Nah, Gary, I just want information. Woo, he's visibly relieved. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Kojko's price dumping us out of the competition. What did you do, Gary? Nothing, just answering some questions, helping out the law. Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info. How did you get into the trash container? I know a guy who works with trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez. Why would you need to get into everyone's trash? So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff, he says, bowing shamefully like a fallen knight. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Himians run it like a mob. Oh boy. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have disgraced myself. Disgraced? The lieutenant raises his eyebrows and looks up. No need for the histrionics, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container. He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer. Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the Whirling and Riggs, into that trash container? Officer, please. He raises both hands. Let me explain. It's not like that. Do. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked, all the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know? Yes, what happened? Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them in the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug. Admittedly, he changes his mind mid-sentence. Okay, I was coming to throw out the mug away, and well, I threw the mug there and the clothes also. Right, it was just civic duty, the lieutenant remarks drolly. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty. As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where? What's that strange sound? What sound? Don't mess with me, I think you know what I'm talking about. I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash, could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby. The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned. You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you? Armor? No. He changes his mind. I mean, yes, of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it. An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit any wrongdoing. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded. I hope I could help your investigation in my small way. He's visibly relieved it's over. Does this mean you were in his apartment admiring his colonial mug collection? Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him. You were surprised to see my colleague Kitsuragi. Not many Seolites here or anywhere other than Seoul. I meant no offense, truly. The lieutenant is a native of Revachol. Oh yes, of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. He flashes an impenetrable smile. Let's change the subject, okay? Sounds like some conspiracy topic. You might be able to discuss it with him when the lieutenant isn't here, if you can remember it. So, Gary, you live nearby, in an apartment in Martinez? Sure do, officer. His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going. And you're a big Man from Hjelmdal fan? The color drains from his face. How? I saw that ridiculous poster in your apartment along with all your other colonialist memorabilia. But why were you in my apartment, officer? Just doing Mr. Clare a small favor. So you work for Everett Clare. He realizes what's going on and changes his tone. Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me. The man looks around, whispering. He makes sure no one hears you. As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back. Our discussion on this topic is over, Gary. Of course. He looks around nervously. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can. This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together. The weather vane has turned, the lieutenant remarks with a smirk. He cannot be unturned. He clearly liked his squirming. He may have even changed his mind about the whole door-opening operation. Hell yeah. I think it's just like mostly economy stuff. There's just no economy. So everyone's kind of poor and scrambling
Here
for
we go.
any money
Nice
they can
and
find.
easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officer.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist. You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damned waterlock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
That's fair. The 881 is a raised motorway that separates Martinez from Jamrock. The labyrinth of streets underneath it makes it difficult to pass, not like walking over a nice waterlock. Yeah, that was me. I broke the waterlock with my motor carriage, but it's fixed now. You can go back. The waterlock's been fixed. It was fine when I crossed it. I'm not going to tell him the story.
We should really be getting back. Gaddy could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gaddy, we can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife...
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
He refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind. I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen a woman with red hair who seemed to be on the run? I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly honest. The lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook, then gestures for you to proceed. Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for. Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it. What makes it so difficult to find? Good question. Being a phasmid on the order Phantasmatia, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. He looks around. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? Indeed. What sort of specialized techniques is the phasmid using to hide itself? It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen. How big is this phasmid? I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodia zuhensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm, so he leaves the conclusion up to you. Why are you so interested in this stick bug? Aren't there more sensational animals out there? He flashes you a sideways smile. Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long, he shakes his head. Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts. So no one's ever found one. Not yet. He holds up an index finger. That's what makes it a cryptid. The lieutenant interjects, just out of curiosity. If there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real? I know it's real, the cryptozoologist says, briskly, enough that even he seems taken aback by it. It's clear that his obsession with his phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement. By which I mean, he says, gathering himself, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition. Lena said there has been a sighting of it here in Martinez. Getting sleepy, Crow? That's fair. I'm getting sleepy as well. Plus I have to go to work tomorrow, which sucks. Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for the species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, probably doesn't matter much anymore. Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out? The cryptozoologist shakes his head vigorously. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis. He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. Lucky. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive. This arouses no special feelings in me. And it shouldn't. Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest is strictly dispassionate. Lena seems pretty eager for you to return, and I'm eager to return to her, I assure you, but I can't leave before we finish these traps. He looks south, where Lena would be. My wife understands that just as well as anyone. Come on, Morel, we've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back. And leave the traps? Absolutely not, he yells in response. I won't let Lena down. Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon. Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record, one of only 4 this century, and it's hers. Have a good night, Crow. See you soon. Happy New Year. Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. Oh, right. Really, she's sighted the phasmid. She didn't tell me that. Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. He coughs, then continues. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now. Another cough, into his fist this time. Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, come back and check the traps later? No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel? I could go for some trap setting. What if we checked the traps for you? He looks at you with obvious surprise. I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Chaos is my method. I am its scion. Well, he doesn't really know what to say. Be that as it may, I'd really appreciate the help. Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight. He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself. But Kim, maybe our suspect is hiding out in the reeds along with the traps. The man surveys the cold coast. I have a feeling the only people foolish enough to spend their time skulking among the reeds are these poor fools, and us. But fine, it's not like we're drowning in leads. The pheromones should attract the insects to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent, will last you about a week. Oh god, lay it on me. Thick. Present my armpit. Hell yeah. He douses you with the odd-smelling spray, a double helping as you present your other armpit, and then gives you a satisfied nod. The lieutenant wrinkles his nose. I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it'd be precious, like holy water. It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research. He looks at the lieutenant with disdain, then puts the spray back in his pocket. If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later, too. But what if the information is vital on the hunt? Have you ever noticed anything off about your friend Gary? Huh? No, of course not. Why? Are you sure? Well, he lowers his voice. He's been a little unenthusiastic about the trip, more so than usual. But that's understandable. He just wants to get home and warm up. Okay. Well, guys, I think this is probably, just as good a place as any to stop things. Today's Wednesday, if I remember correctly, even though time doesn't seem to really mean anything anymore. And I want to do... I can't believe Fox Dice stream is gone. I want to do a stream on Friday, although I'm at a, I've been invited to a comedy show, so I don't know how late that's gonna go to. If I don't end up delivering on my promise of a Friday stream, I will do a Saturday morning stream instead to make up for it. Comedy, I know. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for joining. Christoph, it was nice to see you again. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Have a good night, everybody.